Hello beautiful beings, my name is Nick and welcome back to my channel. The purpose of this channel is to empower people and to raise their own vibration. So, today's video is about the importance of boundaries. Let's do this. In your own life, you gotta make sure to put your own boundaries. Because what I notice is that if you don't have any boundaries, well, people are going to take advantage of you. It's just a simple fact of life. Like it's like people's egos are kind of taking over and just wants to take advantage. It's the very egotistical part of us that's just want to take control of everything. And even though you know in spirituality you want to be nice, you want to help other people and stuff like that, but you still need to set those boundaries, because if you don't, then life will be slightly harder and you will even lose self-confidence, and that's not a good thing. I mean, I've personally experienced that in my life. I mean, like when I was in high school, I mean, I was bullied and stuff like that, and guess what? When I reached like maybe 18, 20 years old, then I started working out a lot. Now I'm kind of in between. I still work out, but there was a period for like 5-7 years that was kind of my defense mechanism. I was just working out and stuff. But that's just a coping mechanism. I mean, it can help you, give you slightly more confidence in the short term, but you got to really work on not necessarily physical confidence. The most important is the internal confidence that you have inside of you and with the people around you. Boundaries are linked to your shadow side, the side that sometimes we just don't want to face, the hidden part of ourselves. We're trying to be nice with other people and stuff like that, and we don't want to have a confrontation. Well, that's your shadow side. That's the part of yourself that sometimes you gotta start to embrace more. To have that right balance, you want to integrate your shadow side. So you really want to start to own that powerful unity of the both sides of you. You really gotta start to embrace it. And it just does wonders. It does magic once you start to become more aligned with those two parts of yourselves. You gotta learn to say no to people sometimes. You gotta learn to say enough is enough with some people that may take advantage of you. Sometimes it could be even your boss. It could even be some people that you think that are friends with you, but are really necessarily friends. The boundaries are so important. Especially in the last couple of years, I've set a lot more boundaries, and especially since last year, the boundaries, like now I'm really trying to protect my energy the most, and that's a really important point. You got to protect your energy, because we all have our energy inside of us, and mixed with confidence and everything, and then you have those people that kind of just throw you off. Or let's say you're on a really good vibe one day, and then some people will just try to poke at you, or some people are having a bad day and then tries to transfer that energy to you. So it's very important to protect your energy, protect your internal well-being. And I've noticed that the more and more I'm assertive, and the more and more I'm going to express myself fully, 100%, with no fear whatsoever of what other people might think of what I just said. I'm just saying blah. It just comes out directly out of me. I'm saying it how it is. I mean, I don't care anymore. I'm at that point in my life. How can I say it? The sooner you actually work on this and really step those hard boundaries, then people are going to stop messing with you. And it's good to be nice with people and stuff like that, but there's a good in-between that you gotta find. And you gotta be assertive. You gotta not necessarily dominate others. You just gotta protect your energy. Put like a shield in front of you and say, no, that is enough. or just fully express yourself. And if you say something that you're afraid of what other people might think, you gotta say it, even if you're trembling, even if it's something from somebody from your family or your friends or something like that, and you're afraid of what they might think of you. Well, guess what? You gotta show the real you eventually. You can't just hide it forever. If you're hiding your internal self forever from every people around you, then you're just fake. You're not being truly yourself. So that is super important. You gotta be the more you're assertive, the more you're fully expressing yourself, your feelings, what you're thinking to people. At least you're not bottling up all that energy inside of you, and you're gonna feel a lot better. You're gonna feel a lot more whole inside of you, in your soul. You feel a lot more complete in general. People will sense that. People will feel that. Be more assertive. Set your boundaries while still being nice to people. You can be more assertive, but just don't be a DICK. You know what I mean? Stop taking other people's shit. Not even your boss. If he disrespects you, know your worth. Do not let other people's ego get over you. There are ways to set boundaries without being disrespectful. You do not, I repeat, you do not want to get into that snowball effect of lower and lower confidence that will permeate all other aspects of your life. Go where you're treated best and set your boundaries respectfully. And if you do, then it shows other people that you actually start to respect yourself more. And once you start to respect yourself more, then guess what happens? Other people start to respect you more. It's like a mirror effect, basically. People will treat you how you treat yourself. If you treat yourself like crap and you don't have boundaries, you don't have, confidence at all, then people will pick up on that. And they will treat you badly. They will treat you how you see yourself. So if you see yourself as a really low-level person that is not worth anything, well, guess what? People are going to treat you like that, and that will pretty much just reinforce that negative thinking that you already have, and it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, basically. Sure, sometimes if you set your boundaries and let's say you come in conflict with your boss because he disrespects you in that example, there's a possibility that he might fire you. People might get scared of those possibilities. But you still got to hold your boundaries. It's super important. If you don't respect yourself, then who else is going to respect you? If you start respecting yourself, other people will respect you more eventually. And if let's say your boss is an egomaniac, and he doesn't care, and he fires you, well, that's kind of the way the universe says that maybe you were not in the right place, and maybe you need to go somewhere else where you're going to be treating a lot better. And everything happens for a reason in this life, and you got to trust the process. You got to trust the universe. Having that confidence inside of yourself is like a sport. The more you practice it, the better you'll get at it, and then it'll be like positive reinforcement. Your confidence will show, then people around you will respect you more, then you'll have even more confidence, and it's going to keep building up. So you want to be on that upward trajectory instead of a downward trajectory. You always want to improve. You want to get better in all aspects. You want to improve yourself. You don't want to stagnate. If you stagnate, that's when your soul starts to die a little bit. Yeah, sure, holding your boundaries might make you some enemy along the way. Some people might not like you because you're holding your boundaries for the first time and possibly feel attacked. And they don't have power over you anymore. But sometimes it's part of life. It's part of life to have some people that don't like you. It's impossible to make everybody like you in life. It's impossible. There's always going to be some haters. There's always going to be those negative people. So you're just going to have to start to live with it. Are you going to be a victim your whole life, or are you going to take your power back? Okay, so I have a couple tricks here for you that if you want to start working on having more confidence and be able to set boundaries more properly in your life. So what you could do, a really good trick that I have is to take cold showers. You're gonna laugh, but it's magical. You start getting cold showers every day or every couple days or so. What you could do is start taking your temperature knob, or your water while you're taking your shower, and gradually turn it down. I turn it down straight cold for like maybe the last 2-3 minutes of my shower. That's what I do, and I get more accustomed. Yeah, that's one of the things with cold showers. You'll get more accustomed on being uncomfortable. The more accustomed of being uncomfortable you are, well, guess what? It's like a muscle. The more you practice it, the better you are. So you're more comfortable on being uncomfortable, and then what happens is that it will reflect on other areas of your life. It's great. So that's the first trick. Second trick, meditation. Really centering all of your energy. Centering your chakras, centering all your energies, meditating every single day, being a lot more balanced, being less controlled by your emotions, being less swept by other people's energies left and right. Especially if you're an empath, it's really easy to be swayed by other people's energies. So you need to have that, that energy shield around you. And meditation does a great job for that. Another thing that you might be interested in, look into NoFap. If you're a guy, NoFap might do wonder for you. Just look it up. And the last trick that I really like is daily self-affirmations. Self-affirmations that you can either write in your journal every single day. The more you write it, eventually it's going to permeate throughout your subconscious, and you're going to start to believe it. Or what you could do is you could write all your affirmations. I'll give you some examples. I am confident. I am powerful. I am not swayed by other people's opinions. I follow my goals. I follow my dreams. So basically, there are many different self-affirmations, daily self-affirmations that you can write down on a sheet of paper. And my trick for you would be to start reading them in the morning and in the evening. Always just before you go to bed and when you just wake up. Those are the best times to really reprogram yourself, because what happens is that we have our conscious and our subconscious. Sometimes we try to change something in ourselves. We try, and we can't. That's probably because your subconscious overrides it. And it's like a default program that we already have inside of ourselves. Usually, I think it's the first 7 years of your life when you're young that have set this default programming inside of you, and that you can't really change unless you change your habits. If you change your habits and you're more accustomed on doing something day after day, eventually permeates through your subconscious, and eventually it'll just become more natural. It'll become something that you don't even think about anymore. But you got to practice every single day. So daily self-affirmations does absolute wonders. I highly recommend it to all of you guys if you want to change your life, and especially be more confident and not let other people walk all over you because of your niceness. It's a common trait among spiritual people to be very nice and loving. We're trying to help a lot of the people all around us, and sometimes we tend to forget ourselves. And some other people may see that as weakness because we're nice and we're trying to help other people. Hence, the importance of boundaries. It's linked to your ego. Yes, we try to get away from the ego often. We try to not associate too much with the ego, because then some people can become egocentric, can become very arrogant, or can become a DICK. But I think there's a nice middle line that you can actually start working on. So having your boundaries while still being loving to others, there is a nice balance in the middle. You just have to find it. So if one of your problems is your boundaries and is your confidence, you got to start to work on that now. And it's like a muscle, it's like a sport. Anything you'll practice, you'll get better at it. So yeah, trust yourself. Trust yourself, you're a lot more powerful than you think, and you can actually change your life tomorrow. So yeah, protect your energy, be more assertive, do not take any more BS from people, and still try to be nice. If you try to be nice, be loving with other people, even your enemies, people that you don't agree with necessarily. You can have that healthy disagreement, but don't keep stuff inside of you. That's not good, because then you're just gonna bottle up all those emotions, and eventually you're just gonna burst out, and that's not healthy either. Anyway, so that's just my short message for today. Thank you very much for watching. You guys take care and continue to keep working on yourselves. And the more we keep working on ourselves, the better we'll be in the long run, and the prouder we will actually be of ourselves when we look back. So anyways, thanks again. Take care. And remember, everybody, you only have one life. You better make the best out of it and start working towards your own greatness. Peace, everybody. Namaste. Take care.